It's another Copa Libertadores double-header today as we take on River Plate both home and away. By the end of this episode, we'll know whether we're going to have qualified from the group stage or not. Okay, welcome to the video and let's get straight into it. In the previous episode yesterday, we played against MC Talk and Católica in the Copa Libertadores group stage. A 3-1 win against Talk and a 4-1 win against Católica. Talk then went on to beat River Plate when they played each other while we was playing Católica. So the Copa Libertadores Group A, the way it stands at the moment, we play 6 games, each team twice home and away, obviously. We're 2 wins from 2 on 6 points. River Plate are 1-1. They're on 3. Talk also 1-1 on 3. And Católica bottom on 0. Like I said in the intro, we will have a very good understanding of whether we've qualified for the next round of the Copa Libertadores if we win both of today's games. River Plate, though, are not going to be easy. They are not a bad team by any stretch of the imagination. They're 3rd in the Argentine Premier Division as well. They're a club that I'm kind of hoping that Andre Uzmi, the Colombian, gets fired, because if he does, I wouldn't mind going there and managing River Plate. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's concentrate on what we're doing. What we're going to do today is both games against River Plate we'll play off camera. Previously, we beat Botafogo in the Rio State Champions playoff semi-final first leg. We beat them 3-1. We also beat Nova Iguacu 4-0 in the group stage thing. I will play the semi-final second leg off camera between today's 2 games, and if we qualify for the final, which, considering we're leading 3-1 from the first leg, I would expect us to, if we do qualify for the final, then the Rio State final will be in tomorrow's episode with another game. One thing I'm a bit cautious about is the fact that we had a transfer special on Monday. We've been here all week and we've not even got into the league season yet. And we might not even get into the league season by the end of tomorrow's episode. And I like to do just 2 weeks per season. So I need to find a better way of doing all of this if we're going to be here for another season, which, again, I don't plan on being here after this season. That is for certain. But you never know. We're only going to leave if a job worth taking comes up in either Mexico or somewhere like Argentina, like River Plate, for example. But let's get on with the rest of today's episode. Let's get into the Copa Libertadores game away from home against River Plate. I'll meet you over at the Matchday Centre. So here we are then with the team that we're going to go into battle away from home against River Plate. Luis Jr. in goal, Mariani left back, Valporto right back, Fernandez and Colombo in the centre of defence, Ronaldo, Abraham and Torallo in the centre of midfield, Albarracin and Pedro out wide with Gandin up front. Nelson Johansson still out injured. He's got another 4 weeks to go yet. He will not feature at least for the rest of this week. So let's get into the game. And if we can win both these games against River Plate, then it means we can very much field the rotated teams against Talk and Católica in the return fixtures against them. So here we go. We're going to get kick-off. I think it's a 9 o'clock kick-off or something I just read. There's 80,000 people in this stadium. So River Plate have got a very, very big stadium indeed. And they've already started. They've started far more bright than what we have. They've had a couple of shots and both on target. We've not even had a sniff yet, even though we have got 73% possession. 20 minutes have gone. There's now a highlight. This is a very weird shaped, well, not a weird shaped pitch. It's the same shape as any other pitch, but they've hit the crossbar. It seems quite a narrow pitch is what I'm trying to say. When you look at where the line of the box is, like here, compared to the byline, it seems to be very small, that gap. So that could be the kind of pitch that maybe suits us, maybe don't. I mean, at the moment, we've not had a shot on target. This second highlight, both highlights have been for River Plate. And I'm not sure if that was a save from Luis Jr. or whether it hit the crossbar before we put it out. But it's a corner for River anyway. They put the ball into the box. We then clear it. See what I mean about how small this gap is, by the way. Pedro then puts the ball upfield towards Gandin. Gandin holding it up, waiting for people to join him. Albarracin gives it to Mariani. We get the ball under our control. Can we keep it under our control and not give it away? Mariani to Torallo. Goes back to Fernandez. Mariani again. Albarracin takes it and turns twists his opponent around. He's into the box. Albarracin, and the shot's gone ridiculously wide. The linesman flag has suddenly gone up. I think it went up for a goal kick, actually, according to the text commentary down here. But yeah, this is a first half where they've had 4 shots on target. We've only had 1. Our 1 shot on target has given us better XG than what their 4 shots on target have done. We have absolutely dominated possession. In terms of the average rating, we are very slightly ahead of them. But yeah, the stats are kind of backing up an even game, really. And I'm going to say our shooting has not been good enough. That really needs to improve, because I think that is quite true. Let's be fair, a draw away from home to River Plate would not be the worst result in the world. It would actually be a very respectable result. It's just the fact that that River lost their last game. It kind of gave us hope that we could win this. We've got a highlight going on here. It's with River Plate at the moment. They're playing it around at the back. They go back to their goalkeeper. He goes for a kick upfield. Kind of won the ball, but they end up getting possession of it. Here's Abraham now in the midfield. Finds Albarracin. He seems to be the most likely person to score or create. Here's Gandin. Oh, I'm not sure if that was a save or the crossbar. I mean, we have hit the woodwork. It just ticked over that we've hit the woodwork. So Gandin hitting the crossbar. Another highlight this time there's a lot of highlights because there's not been any goals yet. And that's saved from Lewis Jr. We're up to the hour mark now. And I think I'm going to make do you know, I think I said in the last episode that I've not been impressed with Pedro so far this season. Go away. So far this season. Galar has been impressive. So he's going to come on. And I may even be starting with Galar going forward. Gandin's not really doing the job. Wellington's not scored in about 17 years. So I don't really want to be bringing Wellington on. But I think we're just going to make that one change for now. Galar on for Pedro. And we give it another 10 minutes. And if we're still not got a goal, then we may need to bring Wellington on instead of Gandin. And that's exactly the stage we're at the moment. So Gandin can come off for the boot. What other changes do I want to make? So we've got 6.6 here, which is Fernandez. I mean, I wouldn't say he's playing badly. Valporto can come off and Custodio can come on for him. And we'll do just the 2 changes for now. Gives us another 2 that we can make should we need to. We've not had a shot on target in this second half. So much for me telling them that, let me do a little shout or something. I don't really want to berate them. Should I encourage? We'll do a bit of encouragement for them. They seem to have responded well to it. We've got some smiley faces on here. But this has been I wouldn't say it's necessarily been a poor performance, but right, so Albarracin, who's now on a 6.3, he can come off. There's me saying he's their most likely option to score a goal. Andre can come on for Abraham as well. So final 2 substitutions. Can we fashion anything out of this game? Or are we going to have to settle for a draw? Torque are beating Catalica, by the way. So Torque are moving up to second in the table. And that is where they are. They are second in the table. We stay top. We move on to 7 points. A 0-0 draw. You're unlucky tonight. We're not going to berate them or anything. Because, like I said, a draw away from home against River Plate is not a bad result. Right. It only means it's not a bad result if we then go on and win the home game. So let's go and see what we do there. Okay, it has all been kicking off since the last time you was with me for the game against River Plate. So we played Botafogo in the Rio State Champions Playoff semi-final second leg. Drew that 1-1. The goal came from Marcelo Goulart. Then they scheduled the Rio State Champions Playoff final, both legs, before the next game against River Plate. So the introduction that I'd done at the beginning where I was saying we've got a double header against River Plate, I think I'm going to have to redo that intro, because that's now not correct, because I wanted to bring you the second leg of the Rio State Champions Playoff because it's an opportunity to lift a trophy. And even though the Rio State Championship don't really mean much, it's still our second trophy potentially before the league season even starts, which is crazy. Brazilian football is mad. I've made a decision on that. We did win the first leg against Vasco Da Gama 4-2. Valentin Gandin getting 2 goals. Marcelo Goulart getting one, and Pedro coming on for Albarracin and scoring in the 94th minute. So a 4-2 lead we hold over. Now, I do think there might be a little bit of corruption going on in Brazilian football because it's listed as being a neutral venue for both first leg and second leg. The two legs are at the Maracanã, which is where we play our home games. So I feel a bit sorry for Vasco da Gama. They've kind of been a bit cheated here, haven't they? So, yeah. So in tomorrow's episode, we will have River Plate in the second Copa Libertadores game and then Vasco da Gama in the first league game of the season. Then we'll probably skip forward a little bit and we'll probably get for something around here for the final Copa Libertadores group game and then Corinthians on Monday. That's kind of, and we're going to have to try and speed our way through the league season a little bit, I think. But yeah, let's get into the actual game then. And yeah, we lead 4-2 against Vasco da Gama, so we would be expected to win this game. We have got quite an injury crisis going on as well, because if we scroll down here, we've got Augusto Valporto, our first choice right back, out injured. We've also got Nelson Johansson still out injured. Santiago, who's their backup to Cristiano Ronaldo, he's out injured. Andre, who would be backup, if not first choice, in the Mazzala role there, he's out injured. Marco Antonio has just come back. All these, bar Nelson Johansson, all these have happened since the game against River Plate. And what it means is that I've had to go into my reserves and find this lad here, João Victor, 21 years old, 2.5 star current ability with 2.5 to 3.5 star potential. He prefers to play in the cam role, the central attacking midfield role, but he can do advanced playmaker and Mazzala in this position here. So I don't know if he's ever actually played for us. Well, there you go. He's made 2 appearances randomly there in the league. But other than that, I don't think he's ever actually played. He's certainly never played for me. So this is the team we've got that we're going to go out with. It's Luis Jr. in goal, Mariani left back, Custodio right back, Fernandez and Colombo in the centre of defence, Ronaldo, Abraham and Turallo in midfield, Albarracin and Goulart out wide with Gandin up top. Right, let's get into it. And there you go, João Victor even needs to be given a squad number because that's how little I know about it. I've never seen him, I'll be quite honest. I don't really look that in depth at the reserves team. I look to see if there's anyone there with like 5-star, 4-star potential type thing. But if there's not, I just look past them. Right, the game kicks off with a highlight and it's with us at the beginning of the game. Can we get an early goal? Calm a bit of nerves. I always have nerves because I know what football managers like. It likes to give a team a lead in the first leg and then they go and lose it in the second leg. Here's Goulart to Gandin, and Gandin's put the ball in the back of the net for his 10th goal of the season. We're 1-0 up on the night. We're 5-2 up on aggregate. My nerves have started to settle a little bit, and it's only taken 1 minute to do that, or less than a minute to do that. And hopefully, yeah, like I say, if I was Vasco da Gama, I'd be preaching there's a bit of people being on the take, the fact that the 2 neutral games are our home ground. I mean, granted, the Maracanã is also the Brazilian national stadium, but you'd have thought they'd come up with something a bit better than that, really, wouldn't you? Right, here's Albarracin on the left-hand side. Can he get across into the box? Pulls it back from Mariani, who does float the ball in. Goulart now brings it back to Custodio, to Mariani again. We're pinging it about. That could be a penalty. That did look inside the box. Are we going to get a penalty in the 19th minute to go 2-0 up on the night? Yes, we are. It's going to be Goulart to take it. He is our first choice penalty taker, by the way, which most upsets Wellington because Wellington's not got on looking for penalties since Goulart has been here, and it's his 9th goal of the season. It is 2-0, and this just seems like it's a formality. We've got flares going off in the crowd. Here's Turallo now to Abraham. I mean, Vasco da Gama, we drew with them 2-2 in the first game of the group stage. Abraham, moved to Abraham, the youngster from Arsenal, for 4th goal of the season. Lovely little goal for him. It's 3-0 on the 22nd minute. And I think it's probably safe to say this is game over. I can't see Vasco da Gama getting 5 goals from this point on. I mean, let's be honest, crazier things have happened in Football Manager. I mean, I still remember there was a game a little while ago where it was a 6-6 draw. I think that was a pre-season friendly somewhere along the line. But here's Galar to Custodio out on the right-hand side in place of Valporto. Galar crosses it in. The keeper's done something with him, but Gandin's then put it in for his 11th goal of the season. We're 4-0 up in the 26th minute. Vasco Da Gama are being embarrassed. Here's a corner. Albarracin puts it in. I thought it was going to be 5 already. Oh, my word. It's hit the crossbar. Goulart. Oh, it's gone behind. It's going to be another corner. I mean, these highlights need to slow down at some point. Otherwise, this is going to be like an hour-long video just for this one game. I feel like we're playing it on full match speed rather than key highlights. Here's Albarracin to Fernandez. Back to Albarracin. And Torallo has put it in. 9th goal of the season. It's 5-0 in the 28th minute. And I've got to say, this is the best I've seen us play probably since I came here. I mean, I've not even been here for a full season yet. Here's Torallo with a free kick. Oh, keeper pushes it wide. It's gone beyond for how many corners have we had in this game? We must be in double figures for corners, surely. Albarracin on the right-hand side floats the ball in. Oh, Ronaldo picks up the loose ball, gives it to Abraham. The keeper's made a great save there because that was hit with something. It's another corner. This highlight don't end. It's just corner after corner. I mean, at this point, I'm starting to think I'll just cut the game and just come back to it full time. Because, I mean, how many corners have we had? We've had 6 corners. It feels like we had a lot more than 6. It felt like we had 6 just in that one highlight. Right, they have a corner now. A rare venture forward for them. And Lewis Jr. makes a good save. They go for woodwork this time. I mean, I admire their determination because most teams at this point would have just given up. 5-0 down in 28 minutes, 9-2 down on aggregate. And that is half time. And that has got to be one of the most dominant halves of football I've ever seen in my life. I think we will be bringing João Victor on as well in the not too distant future. I mean, this is the heat map compared to them. We have just absolutely dominated this. 63% possession. Let's have a look at some substitutions. We don't need to keep players on any more than we need to. João Victor can come on for Torallo, I think. And Vinny, maybe we bring him on for Galar. He don't often get much game time, does he? Bless him. Jefferson can come on for Albarracin as well. Why not? He barely plays for us. Just giving him a little bit of run time, really. I am shocked at how we've got Vasco Da Gama, I think, for the first game of the season in the league as well. And this has been so one-sided. I mean, if I didn't know who they were, I would have thought we was playing against a 3rd or 4th division side here. This has been so easy. We lose the ball, though, in the midfield, and they can now come at us. One thing I don't want is them scoring because it ruins the look. 5-0 looks so much better than 5-1, doesn't it? Maybe I shouldn't have been so complacent with my substitutions, but we have the ball over on the left-hand side. It comes into the centre. João Victor gets a touch of the ball there. It's with Mariani out on the left to Jefferson. He cuts in field and gives it to Fernandez, to Colombo, Custodio, Vinny. We know Vinny's quite a capable player. He scored a couple of important goals for us last season. But we're just pinging the ball about with a bit of... I kind of imagine the crowd olaying every time there's a pass. Olay! And there you go. It's resulted in a goal for Jefferson. Vinny with the assist. 6-0 on the night. 10-2 on aggregate. I mean, in the final of a competition, you shouldn't be winning 10-2. Let's be quite honest about that. Right, I think we will take off Mariani and Daniel can come on for him. And I think Abraham can come off and we bring on Joan Arcos, who also very rarely gets any game time for us. Total, I mean, look at the average rating, 7.37 to 6.15. They've got 3 players in the red at the moment. This is ridiculous. Right, they have the ball now. Can they fashion an attack and maybe even get a goal? Custodio kind of won it back and then fell over himself. They're coming forward, so on the left-hand side, and they've ruined my clean sheet. How dare they? Shilton Pereira with the goal. It's not the first time he scored against me in this competition either. They get a goal in the 85th minute. 6-1 on the night, 10-3 on aggregate, 13 goals in this cup final. And here is the trophy lift. We're going to get it. We're going to see it. It's the reason why. I mean, I kind of now wish that I just skipped this game and just moved on to River Plate, because I didn't think it was going to be this one-sided. But we wanted to see the trophy lift. Oh, I wanted to see the trophy lift, and I wanted you to see it as well. And here we go. The trophy's been handed over. Looks like the World Cup. It's not. It's the Rio State Championship, but it looks like the World Cup. And let's face it, Brazil are used to lifting the World Cup. And there comes the confetti. There goes the fireworks. The trophy has been lifted, and we've won our second trophy of the season before the league actually starts. And that has been lovely, lovely stuff. Right, let's have a look at the schedule very quickly. Oh, this again. Will it stop doing that? Join me tomorrow. I mean, do we do Vasco Da Gama again, really? Join me tomorrow. We'll do River Plate. We'll do Vasco Da Gama again in the first division in the league. And then, like I said, for Monday, we'll come back around here somewhere. So that will be tomorrow's episode. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications if you want to be alerted to future videos. And I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.